Rice. This is in cooperation with IRRI. I used to be on the board of IRRI until they kicked me out. After you've been there 6 years, they throw you out. And here's one whereby instead of working with government, as IRRI has been doing all its life, we said work with NGOs, work with companies. Here's what's happening. We have a new rice college, and in just a short while, many people are much better than before. Don't just work with governments. Governments are lazy. We now have the new red jasmine rice, a whole new product, and new Crispies being sold in gas stations. This is with a gas company. We now have using Thai silk. These are thick Thai silk being made into Scottish tartans, and on the right, into a scarf. We're getting in touch with Manchester United. All these things, it's not the development issue, it's a business approach. New business ideas. This village used to grow corn, didn't make much profit, and a company that sold cars sat with them and took them on a trip and said, hey, here's a good one. Plant trees. After a year, you can dig it up and sell it to golf courses, housing estates, and so on. And a 35-fold increase in income. This is about 18 years ago when we started, 20 years ago. And they now send their daughters to Australia for a master's degree. No one is poor anymore. But it was not money, it was a business idea, like what Bill Gates got. A crab farm, also excellent. This is down south in Tsunami area, sponsored by business, and the income is amazing. It's investment $2,500, and per cage, 800 square meters, it's $20,000. So it's a very good income. It's better than a massage parlor in Bangkok. If you want to talk about return. And the other one's very important. Don't forget people living with HIV. We have a program where it's called Positive Partnership, lend money to people living with HIV. They've been excluded from society. The whole idea is to reduce discrimination and give them a life. And the person who's negative goes around the village creating understanding. So the person living with HIV has a normal life. And it's worked extremely well. So these are some of the businesses which also are loaned out via the village bank. Handicraft production, traditional massage, fruit selling, cakes, biscuits, and here's a grandmother and granddaughter whose mother has died. The girl's mother has died, and she's the daughter of the grandmother. So now the two have it together. They're not infected, but affected. And then this is probably the epitome of success, where the school has agreed for this woman who is living with HIV to produce, cook, and sell food to the kids in school. That shows real understanding. That's what we have to do. Otherwise, they have a terrible life. Don't forget about that. And the repayment rate is better than all borrowers. I don't know what IFC is like, or World Bank is like, but 84% on time is pretty hot stuff. The other 16, it's not reneged, not NPL. It's just somewhat delayed. Just somewhat delayed. And therefore, at the end of the day, in each village, we have a village development committee staying there for the long run, the village bank, village youth council, council of elders, and school lunch farm, which I did not describe. And once again, it's community empowerment or institution development, social development, and economic development, the three combined. And just very quickly, let me just run through some of the names. These are the school farms, so it's sustainable. It's not just one shot. It produces and sells as well as feeds the kids. Scholarships, and you must repay in kind. You don't take a scholarship, you take an education loan fund, repay in kind, health education and care, recreation activities, water supply, garbage, sanitation, tree planting, etc., etc., etc. So with that, I'd like to just stop and suggest also at the Olympic Games, they turn the Olympic symbol into something that saves lives as well. Thank you.
ขอบคุณครับคุณมิชัย That's a questions, ladies and gentlemen, for both our speakers. May I request for the Klieg lights to be turned down a little bit? Yeah, that's better. Any questions? Michai, one thing that struck me the first time I met you, you described how you used the culture of Thailand, in fact, to get condoms accepted. Could you just describe for us, because you have a way with the cultural mores, that very creative way of getting things accepted.
Well, obviously, if we were to help people to prevent pregnancy, it must be with their full knowledge, it must be voluntary. Therefore, an educational process must be there. And to get them to participate with you, it's much better them to be laughing with you than to be laughing at you. And so we started training the teachers. We trained almost 500,000 rural school teachers. We came up with a new alphabet, you know, B for birth, C for condom, I for IUD, V for vasectomy, the whole thing. And we had a new song. Equivalent would be Jingle Bells, like a song you have Jingle Bells, but we changed the wording where instead of the regular wording about how, you know, how it goes, we put every contraceptive method into the song. So every child singing the equivalent Jingle Bells knew every contraceptive method. And the pill was known as the family welfare vitamin. Mother takes it for the welfare of the family. So we desexed everything. We made it pleasant, nice, and we said the condom is the girl's best friend now, but in those days it was just a wonderful balloon. You have different colors, red for Sunday, yellow for Monday, pink for Tuesday, and we even have black for when you're in mourning. And you can use it as a balloon, as tourniquet for snake bites and deep cuts, and for Coca-Cola. You better tell that in China. And also, nowadays, to put your mobile telephone in when it rains. As you've no doubt seen, we've made it pleasant. We've not made it naughty. I gave the condom to my daughter who went to kindergarten. Of course, we blew it up at home. And she gave it to friends at kindergarten, and they took it home to their parents. What can you say to your child in kindergarten who brings home a condom? Except, what is that? You know? So that was what we did 30 years ago. And of course, I took some black eyes. I never argued back. I just kept on doing it. I said, look, I'm just trying to educate the public so they know. But the only thing I did not do was that I did not give out condoms at funerals. I gave it everywhere, at weddings, at police stations, and we even got policemen to help join us. Policemen, traffic policemen giving out condoms in traffic. We call that our Cops and Rubbers program. So as you can see, you have to promote what you do. You have to believe in what you're doing, just like CSR. You have to believe in what you're doing. You have to know and believe that it is correct and honest, and keep on doing it. Keep on doing it, and enjoy it. Otherwise, go and work for some beer company. I hope I have explained it to you all.
Yes, yes. The only thing that you did not, that I remember was you actually got Buddhist monks to bless condoms on TV.
In Thailand, people are slightly religious at certain times, mostly in times of need, they're very religious. They pray a lot when they can't get what they have or what they'd like to have something. And they get everything blessed. They have a monk blessed with holy water, a new house, a new extension to the house, a new motorbike, a new pickup truck. And so when we started 33 years ago with family planning and contraceptives, the monks said, the villagers said to me, say, Kun Mechai, can you get these contraceptives blessed by the monk for the sanctity of the family? I said, well, that's a new one. So I went to see a senior monk at a temple and said, sir, this is what the villagers asked me. What do you reckon? Expecting a negative answer. I said, no, I'll do it for you. So I invited him to our office. This is 1974, and I was holding the whole bowl of holy water, and he got a brush and started sprinkling holy water on pills and condoms and to the warehouse. And this picture was sent all over Thailand, and the villagers started doing the same thing. And the women said, no wonder we have no side effects. It's been blessed.